Let's move on to main topic number 4. And our fourth main topic today gets submitted to us by Gregory Vogt, who writes, "Hi, everyone. I read an article in The Hollywood Reporter in which AMC CEO Adam Aron forecasts that AMC theaters reopening in mid-June. Do you think this forecast is realistic? If it fits in with the 6 to 12 week time frame in which AMC said that they would stay closed, I personally cannot wait to return to the movies, but I also want us to be safe when the theaters reopen. What are your thoughts? Thanks, and I hope you temper the filthy and stay clean." All right, well, listen, the filthy is always done. The filthy is always done with the utmost of hygiene, my friend. Always with the utmost of hygiene. So, yes, AMC, of course, they are getting the, forgive the language, they are getting the shit kicked out of them with this whole thing, as are many, many people out there, but we're talking about the movie world, so we'll talk about things within the movie world. They are getting the crap kicked out of them, as well as Regal, Alamo Drafthouse, Cinemark, they're all getting the crap kicked out of them right now. But, AMC came out and they said they were shutting down for 6 to 12 weeks. Mid-June would be that. And listen, yeah, AMC CEO sounded pretty optimistic. He said, "We expected to be shut for 6 to 12 weeks. That would be May 1st to mid-June, and that might be more the right timing. I think if we learned anything in the last 2 weeks is that people just so want to get out of their houses. I think we're all feeling cooped up and want to get out and have a life and return to normal." And he's not wrong. He's not wrong about that. People are I'll tell you a story. I told Rob this yesterday. I'm used to working from home. I'm used to it. So that's fine. But even I am starting to feel cooped up a bit. And it's gotten to the point that this is what I'm doing now, Rob. I was telling Rob this a little bit just before we started the show. But this is what I'm doing now. So when I'm not working on the show and I've got time and I'm like, I can't go out. You know what I've started doing? I even bought an extra dock for my treadmill desk for the Nintendo Switch, because my wife Ann plays Animal Crossing. So now I've resorted to getting on my treadmill and walking on my treadmill while playing Animal Crossing for my wife, because she does all the real stuff and I go out and I get wood and resources and money for her in the game so that when she's ready to play the game again, she's got all the resources there to do it. That's what I'm doing. I'm starting to do stuff just to kill time now when I'm not working. So anyway, and I got to get my walk in anyway, so I got to get on the treadmill and do that. So that's what I'm doing. He's not wrong. People are itching to get out. It's true, but we also got to be smart about it. He is saying he thinks mid-June is when they can open up again. Now, clearly, AMC is a company, Rob, that will do a lot of research. They put a lot of money into all this stuff. They want to know when they can open. They want to be careful about not saying things that don't end up being true, because that can bite them in the ass later. And I respect that. I do. And I would love for the movie theaters to be open again in mid-June. And I should say, it's not an impossible dream at this point. We are just at April 1st. We're talking about 2.5 months from now. But boy, if the term optimistic applies, I think that applies here. Now, I don't know if maybe Christopher Nolan, we were just talking about Christopher Nolan saying he wants to hold that July release date for Tenet. Maybe Christopher Nolan and the CEO of AMC have been talking to each other. And maybe that's why he's thinking we can hold on to this date. I don't know. I have two feelings on it, though. Number one is this would be great if this is true. But number two, I again, like the last story, just like Christopher Nolan thinking they're going to open this movie in July, I think it may be optimistic. So I don't know, Rob, you hear this. What are your thoughts on the CEO of AMC Theaters still thinking we think we're going to be able to open mid-June?
Well, again, these statements are based on the sliding sands of the situation. And nobody can say for sure exactly what's going to be happening. It really is going to be telling what happens. Obviously, even the government and the briefings that we've been getting from the federal government over the last couple of days have talked about how we're going to see the most cases mid-April. And if all of this social distancing, we don't even have all the states social distancing with people yet. And there's a lot still in flux. So I would say, look, would I like theaters to be open in June, as I'm sure the CEO of AMC does? Yes, I would. But I just don't know if that's feasible at this time. And we'll know I mean, we'll know as time goes on. I don't think now we can say. And I think that in a way, maybe it's prudent. I would think that movie theaters, which is a place where people congregate, that if there's one place that you need to err on the side of caution, it's with movie theaters. And optimistic opening dates are probably not the greatest thing in the world for places like that where people are going to congregate. And I think that you have to be a little bit more conservative with your estimation of when your business is going to come back, especially when you're dealing with specifically crowds. So I think it might be a little optimistic now. I don't think that there's anything wrong with optimism, John, but I don't think right now you can make an accurate assessment of what's going on. I mean, remember, a month ago, this was a Democratic hoax, and now look where we are. Yeah. I mean, it's just you just don't know. You've got to really wait and see how the situation is developing.
You know, there's another big elephant in the room that this is all ignoring. That's all well and good if you're Aron, CEO of AMC Theaters, that you say, we want to open mid-June. That's great, but it may not be your call. Like, for instance, right now in California, it's illegal for you to be open right now, right? So that's great. You can say you think you'll be open, but that it's really going to, first of all, the individual states have to say, okay, now these sorts of businesses are allowed to be open, and then the choice is yours. Right now, the choice isn't theirs. AMC doesn't really have a big say in this at the moment. So there are a couple of hurdles that have to be cleared first before that gets there, which I think, as you do, Rob, that makes his statements a little bit optimistic. But what do you think, guys? I think we all agree, wouldn't it be great if that actually works out? It would. We all agree about that. Of course we do. But there's a lot of hurdles to clear between now and then. I just don't know if fully opening in June, I mean, again, not impossible, but seems a little bit optimistic. Right. What do you guys think about that? Jump down into the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Okay, guys.